lights go out, the stories begin. Night stories. Your nightmares become real.
I couldn't stop refreshing the subreddit. My thumb hovered over the screen, scrolling through posts that had hooked me like a fish on a line, each one dragging me deeper into something I didn't understand but couldn't ignore. It started innocently enough, a late-night Reddit binge when I stumbled across r/static people. The name didn't mean anything to me at first, just another weird corner of the internet, but the pinned post at the top changed everything. It was a grainy screenshot from a traffic cam, timestamped from some nowhere intersection in Ohio. The image showed cars blurred in motion, streetlights casting long shadows, and there, off to the side, a figure. Human-shaped, but wrong. Its edges were too sharp, its posture too rigid, like a mannequin abandoned on the sidewalk. The face was a smudge, not blurred by motion, but as if someone had smeared it out of existence. The caption read, "They're always there. You just haven't noticed yet." I laughed it off at first. Creepypasta nonsense, right? Some urban legend cooked up by bored teenagers with too much time in Photoshop. But the comments were what got me. Hundreds of them, users sharing their own screenshots, ATM footage, Ring doorbell clips, grainy Twitch stream captures. Always the same. A figure in the background, never moving, face erased into a featureless void. Some posts had videos, short loops of security footage where the figure just stood there, indifferent to the world moving around it. One user swore they saw the same figure in 2 different cities, years apart. Another claimed they'd zoomed in on a Twitch clip and found the figure's head slightly tilted, like it was starting to turn toward the camera. The deeper I scrolled, the more the subreddit felt less like a prank and more like a warning. I'm not the kind of person who gets spooked easily. I've binged true crime podcasts, watched every horror movie on streaming, and even spent a summer chasing ghost stories in abandoned asylums for a YouTube channel that never took off. But something about those static people hit different. Maybe it was the consistency. Dozens of unrelated people across years, all describing the same thing. Maybe it was the way the figures never interacted, never moved, just watched. Or maybe it was the one post, buried in the noise, that stuck with me the most. Don't look too long. They notice when you do. I should have closed the app. I should have gone to bed. But I didn't. Instead, I started digging. The subreddit had a pinned Google Drive link, a community archive of confirmed sightings, hundreds of files meticulously organized by date and location. Traffic cams from rural Kansas, gas station CCTV from Florida, a blurry still from a 24-hour laundromat in Seattle. I downloaded a few, telling myself it was just curiosity, that I'd laugh it off in the morning. But as I clicked through the images, my stomach started to twist. The figures were always in the background, always out of focus, but they weren't random. They weren't mannequins or shadows or camera glitches. They felt deliberate, like they were placed there, waiting to be seen. By 3 a.m., I was cross-referencing posts, trying to find patterns. The subreddit had rules: no names, no specific locations, no direct links to live feeds. "They'll know," one mod warned in a stickied comment. I didn't know what that meant, but it didn't stop me. I found a Twitch streamer mentioned in one of the older threads, a guy who played retro games from a dimly lit basement. The post claimed a static person had appeared in his background during a 12-hour stream, standing just outside the glow of his desk lamp. The clip was gone, deleted, but the comments described it in vivid detail. A figure in a corner, arms limp, head smudged into nothing. The streamer hadn't noticed. A week later, his account went dark. No explanation, no goodbye stream, just gone. I searched for his username. Nothing. His Twitch page was a 404, his Twitter abandoned. But I found a mirror of one of his streams on an obscure video site, a 20-minute clip of him playing Super Metroid. The quality was awful, pixelated, but I watched anyway, my eyes straining to see past his shoulder into the shadows of his room. At first there was nothing, just a messy bookshelf, a pile of laundry. But at the 17-minute mark, something shifted, a shape, barely visible, standing against the wall. My heart lurched. I paused, rewound, zoomed in. It was there, not moving, not breathing, just standing. Its face was a smear like someone had dragged a wet thumb across wet paint. I stared at it for too long, my breath catching in my throat, and then I swear, God, I swear, the head tilted, just a fraction toward the camera, toward me. I slammed my laptop shut. My apartment was quiet. Too quiet. The kind of silence that hums in your ears. I told myself it was a trick of the light, a compression artifact, anything but what it felt like. But my hands were shaking as I reopened the laptop and deleted the video from my downloads. I didn't sleep that night. I kept thinking about that post. They notice when you do. The next day, I tried to shake it off. Work was a blur, my cubicle feeling smaller than usual, the fluorescent lights too bright. I avoided Reddit, but my phone burned a hole in my pocket. By lunch, I was back on the subreddit, scrolling through new posts. Someone had uploaded a still from a gas station ATM, the figure standing under a flickering streetlight, its blurred face angled slightly upward. The comments were frantic. "It's closer than the last one," someone wrote. "They're moving," another said. I wanted to reply, to ask questions, but the rules were clear. Don't engage too much. Don't draw attention. I broke that rule before I could stop myself, commenting, "Has anyone seen one in person?" The replies came fast. Most were warnings. "Delete this. Don't ask that." One user, nobody sees them, DM'd me directly. "Stop looking," they wrote. "You've already seen too much." I tried to respond, but their account was deleted within minutes. My stomach churned. I felt watched, not by anyone in the office, but by something else, something I couldn't see. I left work early, claiming a headache, and holed up in my apartment, curtains drawn. That night, I couldn't resist. I pulled up a live traffic cam from a random city, some nowhere town in Nevada. The feed was grainy, the intersection empty except for a few cars crawling through. I watched for an hour, eyes burning, telling myself I was being paranoid. Then I saw it. At the edge of the frame, under a busted streetlight, a figure, motionless, its silhouette too sharp against the grainy background. Its face was a void, a smudge that seemed to pulse in the low-res feed. My breath caught. I zoomed in, heart hammering, and for a moment I thought it moved. Just a twitch, a slight lean toward the camera. I yanked the plug from my laptop, plunging the room into darkness. I didn't sleep again. Every creak in my apartment felt like a footstep. Every shadow seemed to linger too long. I started noticing things, small things. My phone's camera app opened on its own once, the screen showing a blurry feed of my living room. My Ring doorbell sent a motion alert at 2 a.m., but the footage was just static, a gray haze with something vaguely human-shaped in the corner. I tried to tell myself it was nothing, but the subreddit was full of stories like mine, people who'd looked too long, who'd started seeing the static people everywhere, on their security feeds, in their peripheral vision, in their dreams. One user claimed they'd woken up to find a figure standing at the foot of their bed, its blurred face inches from their own. They hadn't posted since. I stopped going to work. I couldn't focus, couldn't eat. My apartment became a prison, my laptop a cursed artifact I couldn't stop opening. I kept checking feeds, kept scrolling the subreddit, kept looking for them. And they were always there. In the background of a YouTube vlog, lingering behind a street performer. In a grocery store security feed, standing in the frozen food aisle, unmoving as shoppers passed by. Each time their heads seemed to tilt a little more, their smudged faces a little clearer, like they were starting to see me back. Last night I made a mistake. I was watching a live Twitch stream, some random guy playing Call of Duty, his webcam showing a cluttered bedroom. I wasn't even looking for it, but there it was, a figure in the corner, just beyond his shoulder. Its face was a blur, but its head was turned, fully turned, toward the camera, toward me. I froze, my finger hovering over the mouse, unable to click away. The streamer didn't notice, just kept playing, but the chat exploded. "What is that?" "Dude, behind you!" He laughed it off, said it was a prank, but his voice cracked. The stream cut off abruptly. I haven't left my apartment in days. The subreddit is gone now, banned without explanation, but I saved the archive. I keep watching the files, keep seeing them. They're closer now, in every feed, every clip. Last night, I checked my Ring footage again. The figure was there, standing in the hallway outside my door, its blurred face pressed against the camera. I don't know what they want, but I know they see me, and I can't stop looking. I haven't opened my curtains in a week. The sunlight feels like an intrusion now, like it might reveal something I'm not ready to see. My apartment is a cave of shadows, the only light coming from my laptop screen, flickering with grainy footage I can't stop watching. The subreddit is gone, wiped from existence, but the Google Drive archive lives on my hard drive, a digital Pandora's box I keep opening despite the warnings screaming in my head. Every file, every image, every clip pulls me deeper into the static people's world, and I'm starting to think there's no way out. I tried to stop, I swear I did. After that night with the ring footage, the figure's smudged face pressed against the camera, so close I could almost make out the absence of its eyes, I unplugged my doorbell, taped over my laptop's webcam, and even smashed my phone's camera with a hammer. The glass splintered, and for a moment, I felt in control, like I'd severed their gaze. But it didn't last. The urge to check, to look, was stronger than my fear. By morning, I'd bought a cheap burner phone, telling myself it was for emergencies. But within hours, I was pulling up traffic cams again, scrolling through live feeds from cities I'd never been to. I told myself I was just checking to see if they were still there. They were. They always are. The archive is a labyrinth. Hundreds of files, some dating back years, others uploaded just before the subreddit went dark. I've started cataloging them, cross-referencing locations and timestamps, trying to find a pattern, a reason. There's no logic to it, no obvious connection between the places they appear. Gas stations, alleyways, crowded malls, empty parking lots. But the more I look, the more I notice the details. In one clip, a static person stands in the background of a 7-Eleven security feed, its blurred face tilted slightly toward a cashier who doesn't notice. The next night, in a different city, the same figure, or one so similar it might as well be, stands outside a bar, its head angled the same way, like it's tracking something. Or someone. I've started dreaming about them. Not dreams exactly, more like fragments, jagged flashes that linger when I wake up. In one, I'm walking down a street, the air thick with fog, and they're all around me, dozens of them, standing still as statues, their smudged faces turned toward me. I try to run, but my legs won't move and their heads tilt in unison like they're studying me. I wake up gasping, my heart pounding so hard it hurts, and I swear I can still feel their gaze, like a weight pressing on my chest. Last night, I woke to a sound, a low, crackling hum, like static from an old TV. It was coming from my laptop, even though it was powered off. I didn't dare open it. I've stopped leaving the apartment entirely. Groceries pile up at my door, delivered by faceless apps, but I barely eat. My stomach churns every time I think about going outside, about passing a traffic cam or an ATM, about being seen. The subreddit's warnings echo in my mind. They notice when you do. I thought it was hyperbole, some creepy flourish to sell the story, but now I'm not so sure. The static people don't just appear, they respond. The more I look, the closer they get. In the archive, I found a pattern. Users who posted the most, who dug the deepest, stopped posting abruptly. Their accounts went silent, their profiles empty. One user, Blur Watcher, had uploaded over 50 files, each with detailed notes about angles, lighting, and distances. Their last post was a single sentence. "It's in my house." That was 3 months ago. Nothing since. I started noticing changes in my own footage. My Ring doorbell is unplugged, but I still get notifications. Phantom alerts with no video attached, just a timestamp and the word motion. My burner phone's camera app keeps opening, even after I delete it, showing me glimpses of my apartment in low light. Last night, it opened while I was sleeping, and the screen showed my bedroom, my own body curled under the blankets, filmed from above. I don't have a camera mounted there. I threw the phone across the room, heard it crack against the wall, but I haven't touched it since. I'm too afraid to see what's on it now. The archive has become my obsession. I found a video from a year ago, a street cam from Chicago, showing a static person standing under a bridge. Its face was the usual blur, but its hand, God, its hand, was clear, too clear. The fingers long and thin, curled inward like they were clutching something invisible. I paused the frame, zoomed in, and saw something I hadn't noticed before. A faint reflection in a puddle nearby, showing not a blurred face but a hollow one, a cavernous void where features should be. I stared too long, and my laptop froze. the screen glitching into static. When it cleared, the video was gone, deleted from the drive. I'm starting to see them outside the footage. It's subtle at first. A shadow in the corner of my eye, a shape in the hallway that vanishes when I turn. My apartment feels smaller, the walls closer, the air heavier. I keep my lights off now, not because I'm hiding, but because I'm afraid of what I'll see in the glow. Last night, I heard the static hum again, louder this time, coming from every corner of the room. I sat in the dark, clutching a kitchen knife, listening as it pulsed like a heartbeat. I don't know what I was waiting for, but I couldn't move, couldn't breathe, until it stopped at dawn. I tried to tell someone. My friend Jake, the only person I still talk to, thought I was losing it. I sent him a screenshot from a traffic cam, a static person standing in a park, its head tilted at an impossible angle. He laughed, said it was a bad edit, but his texts stopped after that. I called him yesterday, and it went straight to voicemail. His socials are quiet, his Discord status offline. I want to believe he's just busy, but I keep picturing him staring at that screenshot too long, letting them notice him. The archive has a file I haven't opened yet. It's labeled Close Encounter Move, and the metadata says it's only 10 seconds long. The comments on the original post were deleted, but the upload date is recent, just before the subreddit vanished. I'm terrified to watch it, but I know I will. It's like they're pulling me in, like every glance at their blurred faces tightens a noose I can't see. I keep thinking about that Twitch stream, the figure's head turning toward me, and the way my Ring footage showed it pressed against my door. They're not just watching anymore. They're here. I opened the file an hour ago. I shouldn't have, but I did. The video is shaky, handheld, someone filming through a car window at night. The street is empty, rain-slicked, the only light from a flickering street lamp. At first, there's nothing, just wet asphalt and shadows. Then the camera pans, and it's there. A static person, standing in the middle of the road, closer than any I've seen before. Its face is a writhing blur, like a nest of worms squirming under the skin. The camera zooms in, and the figure's head snaps up, not blurred anymore, but clear, too clear, a hollow socket where a face should be. Endless and black, pulling at the edges of reality. The video cuts off, but not before I hear it. A low, crackling hum, the same one I've been hearing in my apartment. I can't stop shaking. The hum is back now, louder, coming from the walls, the floor, the air itself. I keep my knife close, but it feels useless, like trying to stab a shadow. My burner phone is on the table, its cracked screen glowing faintly, showing a live feed of my apartment from an angle I can't explain. I don't dare look at it. I don't dare move. They're here. I know they are. And I know what they want. They want me to look. They want me to see them. And the worst part, the part that makes my blood run cold, is that I want to. I want to know what's behind those blurred faces, what's waiting in that hollow void. I want to understand, even if it kills me. The hum is deafening now. It's not just sound, it's pressure, it's weight, it's them. I'm typing this because I need someone to know, someone to understand what's happening. If you're reading this, don't look for them. Don't check the cams, don't watch the streams, don't open the files. They're waiting, and the moment you see them, they see you back. I'm going to watch the video again. I have to. I need to know what they are. If I don't post again, you'll know why. I haven't left my bed in 3 days. The sheets are tangled around my legs, damp with sweat, and the air in my apartment feels thick, like it's clotting in my lungs. The hum is constant now, a low grinding static that pulses through the walls, the floor, my skull. It's not just sound anymore. It's a presence, a weight that presses against my skin, like the air itself is watching me. My laptop sits on the nightstand, screen dark but alive, its power light blinking like a heartbeat. I know they're in there, in the files, in the footage, waiting for me to look again. And God help me, I want to. I want to see them, to understand what they are, even as every instinct screams to stop. The Close Encounter Move file broke something in me. I watched it again after my last post, despite knowing better. The footage was the same. 10 seconds of rain-slicked asphalt, the static person's hollow face snapping toward the camera, its void pulling at the edges of my vision. But this time, I noticed something new. In the final frame, just before the video cuts to black, there's a reflection in the car window. Not the person filming, not the street, but my apartment, my bedroom, my bed, me, curled up under the blankets, staring at the screen. I screamed, threw the laptop across the room, and it hit the wall with a crack. The screen shattered, but the hum didn't stop. It got louder, sharper, like a knife scraping bone. I tried to leave. I grabbed my keys, my coat, and made it as far as the front door before I froze. The Ring doorbell is unplugged, but its camera light was on, glowing red through the peephole. I didn't look. I couldn't. I backed away, heart pounding, and barricaded the door with a chair. I don't know if it was instinct or paranoia, but I felt it. They were out there, waiting. I've been trapped inside ever since, too afraid to open the door, too afraid to look out the window. The static people don't just watch anymore. They're here, and they're getting closer. I found an old camcorder in a closet, one I used for those ghost hunting videos years ago. The battery was dead, but I rigged it with a USB charger, desperate for something I could control, something they hadn't touched. I set it up to record my apartment, thinking I could catch them, prove they're real, or maybe prove they're not. The first night, the footage was clean, just my messy living room, the hum faint in the background. But last night, I checked the tape, and there they were, 3 of them, standing in the corners of the room, their blurred faces turned toward the bed where I was sleeping. They didn't move, didn't blink, just stood there, their hollow sockets pulling at the light like black holes. I rewound the tape, watched again, and this time there were 4. One was closer at the foot of my bed, its head tilted down at me. I don't know how I didn't feel it, how I didn't wake up. I destroyed the camcorder, smashed it with a hammer until it was plastic shards and exposed wires. But the hum is louder now, and I can't shake the feeling that I made it worse. I keep seeing them in my peripheral vision. Shapes in the hallway, in the bathroom mirror, in the shadows under the couch. They're not just in the footage anymore. They're in my apartment, in my head. I tried to call Jake again, left a voicemail begging him to answer, to tell me he's okay. The call dropped mid-sentence, and when I tried to redial, the phone played back my own voice, distorted, overlaid with static. "Don't look," it said in my voice, but not my words. I dropped the phone, and it's been buzzing ever since, notifications piling up with no source. I haven't touched it. I'm rationing what little food I have left. A half-empty box of cereal, some canned soup, a stale bag of chips. My stomach twists with hunger, but eating feels wrong, like I'm feeding something else inside me. The hum is so loud now it drowns out my thoughts, makes it hard to focus. I keep writing this down because it's the only thing keeping me sane, the only proof I'm still here. But even that feels dangerous. What if they're reading this? What if they know I'm telling you? The subreddit's rules were clear. Don't engage. Don't draw attention. I broke everyone, and now they're not just noticing me. They're coming for me. I found a note in my kitchen this morning. It wasn't there last night, scrawled on a torn piece of paper, in handwriting that's almost mine but too jagged, too wrong. "You looked too long." I don't know how it got there. The door is still barricaded, the windows locked. I burned the note in the sink, watched the flames curl the edges, but the smell of charred paper didn't cover the metallic tang in the air, like blood and ozone. The hum spiked as the note burned, so loud I dropped to my knees, clutching my head. When I looked up, the ashes were arranged in a perfect circle, and in the center, a smudged fingerprint that wasn't mine. I'm seeing them everywhere now, not just in glimpses, but in plain sight. I walked into the bathroom and saw one in the mirror, standing behind me, its hollow face inches from my shoulder. I spun around, but the room was empty. When I looked back, the mirror showed only me. My eyes wide, my face pale, but there was a smudge on the glass, like someone had pressed their face against it from the other side. I don't use the bathroom anymore. I don't look in mirrors. I don't trust reflections. The worst part isn't the sightings, it's the feeling. Every time I see them, every time I hear the hum, there's a pull, like a hook in my chest, urging me to look closer, to understand. It's not just curiosity, it's compulsion, like they're rewriting my thoughts, making me want them. I keep thinking about the close encounter video, the way that hollow face seemed to reach through the screen, not just seeing me, but knowing me. I want to watch it again. I want to see what's inside that void, even if it destroys me. I know it's what they want, but the urge is so strong I can barely fight it. I tried to destroy the laptop. I took it to the kitchen, raised a hammer over the cracked screen, but I couldn't do it. My hand froze, trembling, and the hum surged, so loud it felt like my eardrums would burst. I dropped the hammer, fell to my knees, and when I looked at the screen, it was on, showing a live feed of my apartment from an angle I don't recognize. I was there, curled up on the floor, and behind me, a static person, its blurred face tilted down, watching. I screamed, unplugged the laptop, ripped out the battery, but the screen stayed on, glowing faintly, the hum pulsing through the room. I'm writing this on paper now, a notebook I found under my bed. The laptop is in the closet, wrapped in a blanket, but I can still hear it humming, still see the glow through the cracks in the door. I don't know how much longer I can hold out. They're not just outside anymore. They're inside, in the walls, in the air, in me. I feel them when I close my eyes, their hollow faces waiting in the dark. I keep thinking about the subreddit, the users who vanished, the ones who looked too long. I'm one of them now. I know it. There's a knock at the door. Soft, deliberate, like someone testing if I'll answer. The chair is still wedged against it, but the hum is louder, vibrating in my bones. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to open the door. But my hand is on the notebook, writing this, and I can't stop. I need you to know what's happening. I need someone to understand. If you're reading this, don't look for them. Don't check the cams. Don't watch the streams. Don't open the files. They're waiting, and they're patient. They'll wait for you to notice, and when you do, they'll come. I hear the knock again, slower this time, and the hum is so loud it's drowning out my thoughts. I don't know what's on the other side of the door, but I know it's not human. I know it's them. And I'm so tired of fighting the urge to look. The knocking stopped an hour ago, but the silence is worse. It's not empty silence. It's heavy, like the air is holding its breath, waiting for me to make a move. The hum is still there, a low throb that seeps into my bones, making my teeth ache. I'm still in my bedroom. The notebook clutched against my chest, my back pressed against the wall. The chair is still wedged under the doorknob, but it feels like a child's game, a flimsy barrier against whatever's out there. I haven't looked at the laptop since I shoved it in the closet, but I can hear it. Faint clicks, like fingers tapping on keys coming from behind the door. I don't know if it's them or my mind breaking apart, but I'm too afraid to check. I haven't slept in days, not really. I drift in and out, my body collapsing from exhaustion. But it's not rest. It's like sinking into a black pool, their hollow faces waiting just beneath the surface. Last night, or maybe it was the night before, times blurring together, I woke up with my hands on the closet door, my fingers curled around the handle. I don't remember getting out of bed. I don't remember walking across the room. I yanked my hand back, stumbled to the bed, and sat there until dawn, staring at the closet, listening to the hum grow louder, sharper, like it was angry I'd stopped myself. I'm running out of food. The cereal is gone. The soup can's empty. I've been chewing on crackers so stale they taste like dust, but even that's almost gone. I keep thinking about the delivery bags piling up outside my door, but I can't bring myself to open it. The last time I checked the peephole, before the knocking started, I saw something. Not a person, not a shape, but a distortion, like the air was bending into a human form, its blurred face pressed against the glass. I haven't looked since. I don't trust the peephole anymore. I don't trust anything. I keep going back to the notebook, writing this down because it's the only thing keeping me tethered. But even that's starting to feel wrong. The words don't look like mine anymore. The letters are too sharp, too angular, like someone else is guiding my hand. I found a page this morning I don't remember writing, tucked between yesterday's entries. It was just one sentence over and over, in that jagged, not my handwriting, "Look at us." I tore it out, shredded it, flushed the pieces down the toilet. The water churned, then stopped, and for a moment I thought I saw a smudged face staring up from the bowl. I slammed the lid shut and haven't gone near the bathroom since. I'm seeing them everywhere now, not just in glimpses. They're in the shadows under the bed, in the cracks of the ceiling, in the grain of the wooden floor. I blink, and they're gone. But the afterimage lingers, burned into my vision. Their faces aren't just blurred anymore. They're shifting, writhing, like something alive is trapped inside the void. I caught one in the kitchen last night, standing by the sink, its head tilted at an angle that made my stomach lurch. It didn't move, but its face pulsed, the blur tightening into something almost recognizable, almost human, before snapping back to nothing. I ran to the bedroom, locked the door, but I could feel it behind me, its presence like a cold hand on my neck. The hum is changing. It's not just static now. It's got layers, voices almost, whispering at the edge of comprehension. I can't make out the words, but they're there, slithering through the noise, urging me to do something, to look, to open the closet, to watch the footage again. I keep thinking about close, encounter, move. That hollow face, the way it seemed to see me through the screen. I know it's still on the laptop, still in the archive, waiting. I know if I watch it again, I'll see something worse, something final. But the pull is so strong, like a current dragging me under. I don't know how much longer I can resist. I tried to pray last night. I'm not religious, haven't been since I was a kid, but I was desperate. I whispered every half-remembered prayer I could think of, begging for protection, for escape. The hum drowned it out, twisting the words in my mouth until they weren't mine anymore. I stopped when I realized I was saying, "Look at us," over and over, my voice not my own. I bit my tongue until it bled, the copper taste grounding me, but the hum laughed, sharp, crackling, alive. It knows I'm breaking. I found something in the archive before I hid the laptop. A text file buried in a subfolder, no title, just a string of numbers. It was a transcript, someone describing a static person they saw in real life, not on a screen. They were walking home at night, cutting through an alley, when they saw it standing under a streetlight. Its face was blurred, like always, but it was moving, slow, jerky, like a puppet with half its strings cut. The person ran, but the figure followed, not running, not walking, just appearing closer every time they looked back. The transcript ended mid-sentence. I looked too long, and now it's... I don't know what happened to them, but I can guess. I keep thinking about that alley, about what it would feel like to see one up close, its hollow face inches from mine. I want to know, and I hate that I do. The knocking started again while I was writing this. Not at the front door this time. Closer, softer, from the closet. I froze, pen hovering over the page, my heart hammering so hard I thought it would burst. The hum surged, vibrating in my chest, and the knocks came again, deliberate, rhythmic, like a code I'm supposed to understand. I haven't moved. I won't. But the closet door is rattling now, just slightly, like something's pressing against it from the inside. The laptop's glow is brighter, seeping through the cracks, and I swear I hear it whispering, not just the hum, but my name, over and over, in a voice that's almost mine. I'm so tired. My eyes burn, my hands shake, and every muscle feels like it's been stretched to breaking. I keep thinking about Jake, about the subreddit, about the users who vanished. I keep thinking about the reflection in the close encounter video, my apartment, my bed, me. They've been here the whole time, haven't they? Watching, waiting, until I looked long enough to let them in. I don't know what they are. Ghosts, demons, glitches in reality. But I know they're not human. They're not anything I can understand. And yet, I want to. I want to see their faces, to know what's behind the blur, even if it's the last thing I do. The knocking is louder now, faster, like it's impatient. The hum is a roar, filling the room, my head, my blood. I'm writing this because I need someone to know, need someone to understand what's happening to me. If you find this, if you read this, don't look for them. Don't check the cams, don't watch the streams, don't open the files. They're waiting for you to notice, and when you do, they'll come. They'll find you, like they found me. The closet door is shaking harder now, the chair under my doorknob creaking. I don't know what's coming, but I know it's them. I know they're here. I'm going to open the closet. I can't fight it anymore. The pull is too strong, the hum too loud, the need to know too overwhelming. I'm going to look at them, really look, and see what's behind the blur. If I don't write again, you'll know why. Don't follow me. Don't look. I didn't open the closet. I couldn't. My hand was on the handle, the hum so loud it felt like my skull was splitting. But something Some last shred of self-preservation pulled me back. I stumbled to the bed, collapsed, and stayed there, staring at the ceiling. The notebook clutched to my chest like a shield. The knocking stopped, but the hum didn't. It's softer now, a low pulse, like it's biding its time. The closet door is still, but the glow from the laptop seeps through the cracks, brighter than before, like it's daring me to look. I haven't. Not yet. But I know I will. I'm writing this in the dim light of a flashlight, the only light I trust. The bulbs in my apartment flicker now, even when they're off, casting shadows that move when I'm not looking. The air feels wrong, heavy with that metallic tang like blood and burnt wires. My body aches, every muscle taut, my eyes so dry they sting. I haven't eaten in days. The last of the crackers is gone, and the thought of opening the front door for delivery makes my stomach lurch. I keep imagining the hallway, the distorted shape I saw through the peephole, waiting for me to step outside. I can't, I won't. The static people are everywhere now, not just in shadows or reflections, but in the open, standing in my apartment like they belong here. I woke up last night, or maybe it was this morning, time's a haze, to one at the foot of my bed. Its blurred face was tilted down, watching me, its body so still it seemed carved from the dark. I didn't move, didn't breathe, just stared into that writhing void where its face should be. It felt like hours, but when I blinked, it was gone. The hum spiked as it vanished, a sharp crackle that left my ears ringing. I checked the notebook, half expecting to find another scrawled message, but the pages were blank except for my own writing, or what I think is mine. I keep hearing things, not just the hum, but footsteps, soft, deliberate, like someone pacing just outside my field of vision. Sometimes it's whispers, not words I can understand, but fragments slithering through the static. Look at us is the only thing I can make out, over and over, in a voice that's mine but wrong, like a recording played backward. I tried to drown it out with music, plugging headphones into my old MP3 player, but the battery died, and when I pulled them out, the hum was louder, angrier, like I'd insulted it. I found something new in the apartment today. A Polaroid, tucked under the edge of my mattress. I don't own a Polaroid camera. It's a picture of me, sleeping, taken from above. My face pale and slack, eyes half open. In the background, there's a shape, blurred, motionless, its head tilted toward the camera. The photo smells like ozone, and the edges are singed, like it was pulled from a fire. I tore it up, threw the pieces in the trash, but an hour later I found them on my pillow, taped back together. The image clearer now, the static person's face sharper, its void more defined, like it's starting to take shape. I burned it in the sink, watched the flames eat it. But the hum laughed again, that sharp, crackling sound that makes my skin crawl. I'm losing track of what's real. The walls don't look right anymore. They're too close, the angle's wrong, like the apartment is folding in on itself. I keep finding smudges on things. Mirrors, windows, the fridge door, faint, oily marks that don't wipe away. They're shaped like fingerprints, but too long, too thin, like something tried to press through from the other side. I don't touch them anymore. I don't touch anything I don't have to. The notebook is my only anchor, but even that's slipping. I caught myself writing, "Look at us" in the margins, my hand moving without me realizing. I scratched it out, but the words are still there, faint under the ink like they're bleeding through. I tried to reach out again, to anyone. I emailed Jake's old address, a desperate paragraph begging him to answer, to tell me he's okay. The email bounced back, undeliverable, but my inbox had a new message, no sender, no subject, just a single line. "You see us now." I deleted it, but my phone buzzed, the same message appearing in my texts, then my notes app, then scrawled on a post-it stuck to my fridge. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're everywhere, in every system, every surface, every thought. I keep thinking about the close encounter video, that hollow face, the way it seemed to pull me in. I haven't touched the laptop, but I know it's still on, still glowing, still waiting. I can feel it calling me, the hum syncing with my heartbeat, urging me to open the closet, to watch the footage again. I know what will happen if I do. I know I'll see something worse, something that will break me for good. But the pull is stronger than ever, like a drug I can't quit. I want to know what they are, what they want, even if it means losing myself. There's a new sound now, mixed with the hum, a scratching, like nails on wood coming from the walls. It's not random, it's deliberate, moving in patterns, circling the apartment. I followed it once, my ear pressed to the wall, and it stopped right behind me, so close I felt the vibration in my teeth. I backed away, but the scratching started again, faster, like it was excited. I don't follow it anymore. I stay in bed, the flashlight beam trained on the closet door, waiting for it to move. It hasn't, but I know it will. I saw one in the kitchen today, standing by the stove. Its face was clearer than before. Not just a blur, but a shifting mass, like smoke trapped under glass. It didn't move, but its head tilted, slow and deliberate, like it was studying me. I froze, my breath shallow, and for a moment I thought I saw something in the void. Eyes, not human, not anything, just points of light that burned into me. I blinked, and it was gone, but the hum spiked, and my nose started bleeding, a slow drip that stained the floor. I didn't wipe it up. I don't trust the floor anymore. I'm writing this because I need to, because it's the only thing keeping me from opening the closet. But I know I'm running out of time. The hum is louder, the scratching closer, the air so heavy I can barely breathe. They're not just watching now. They're waiting. And they're impatient. I keep thinking about the subreddit, the users who vanished, the ones who looked too long. I'm one of them now, and I know what's coming. I can feel it in the hum, in the scratches, in the smudges on the walls. They want me to look, to see them fully, and I'm so close to giving in. The closet door just creaked. Not a knock, not a scratch, but a slow, deliberate groan, like it's opening on its own. The hum is deafening, a chorus of whispers now, all saying the same thing. Look at us. My flashlight is flickering, the beam stuttering across the room. I'm gripping the notebook so hard my fingers hurt. But I can't stop writing, can't stop telling you this. If you're reading this, don't look for them. Don't check the cams, don't watch the streams, don't open the files. They're waiting, and they're closer than you think. The door is moving now, just a crack, and the glow is spilling out. Bright, cold, alive. I don't want to look, but I can't stop myself. I need to know, I need to see. The closet door is open. Just a crack, but enough for the glow to spill out, cold and sharp, like a blade of light cutting through the dark. I didn't touch it. I swear I didn't. I was sitting on the bed, the notebook in my lap, the flashlight trembling in my hand, when the door groaned and shifted, inching open on its own. The hum is a roar now, not just in my ears, but in my chest, my blood, my bones, vibrating so hard I can barely hold the pen. The whispers are clearer, a chorus of voices, not mine, not human, repeating, "Look at us, look at us, look at us." I'm trying not to. I'm trying so hard. But my eyes keep drifting to the glow, to the sliver of light where I know they're waiting. I haven't moved from the bed. My legs feel like they're made of lead, my body pinned by the weight of the air. The flashlight died an hour ago, its beam stuttering out despite a fresh battery. The only light now is from the closet, pulsing in time with the hum, casting shadows that twist and writhe on the walls. They're not just shadows. They're shapes, figures, their blurred faces forming and dissolving in the corners of my vision. I don't look directly at them. I can't. But I feel them. Their hollow gaze is boring into me, pulling at something deep inside, something I don't want to give. I tried to barricade the closet door after it opened. I dragged a chair across the room, my hands shaking so badly I could barely grip it, and wedged it against the handle. It didn't help. The door pushed back, slow and deliberate, the chair scraping across the floor like it weighed nothing. The hum laughed again, that sharp, crackling sound that makes my skin crawl, and the glow grew brighter, spilling across the room, illuminating things I didn't want to see. Smudges on the walls, long and thin, like claw marks. A stain on the ceiling, dark and wet, that wasn't there yesterday. And on the floor, near the bed, a Polaroid I don't remember seeing before. Another picture of me, awake this time, staring at the closet door, my face pale, my eyes wide, a static person standing behind me, its blurred face inches from my own. I didn't touch the Polaroid. I couldn't. I kicked it under the bed, but I can still feel it there, like it's watching me through the mattress. The hum spiked when I did it. A surge of static that made my vision blur and my nose bleed again. The blood dripped onto the notebook, staining the pages, and when I tried to wipe it away, the ink smeared into shapes, letters, words, not mine. "Look at us," scrawled across the page, over and over, in handwriting that's too sharp, too wrong. I tore the page out, crumpled it, but it was back in the notebook an hour later, unfolded, the words clearer, the bloodstains gone. They're in the room now. Not just in the shadows, not just in glimpses, but here, standing, watching. I saw one in the corner earlier, its body too tall, its limbs too long, its face a writhing void that seemed to pulse with the hum. It didn't move, but its head tilted, slow and deliberate, like it was sizing me up. I closed my eyes, counted to 10, prayed it would be gone, but when I opened them, it was closer, standing by the nightstand, its blurred face inches from the notebook. I screamed, scrambled back, and it vanished, but the hum laughed again and the closet door creaked wider. I keep thinking about the close encounter video, that hollow face, the way it seemed to reach through the screen. I haven't touched the laptop, but I know it's still on, still glowing, still waiting in the closet. The hum is coming from there, stronger now, like a beacon calling me. I know what will happen if I look. I know I'll see something that will break me, something that will pull me into that void and never let me out. But the pull is unbearable, a hunger I can't explain, like they've hooked something deep inside me and are reeling it in. I want to know what they are, what they want, even if it means I disappear. The apartment doesn't feel like mine anymore. The walls are wrong, the angle's off, the air so thick it's hard to breathe. I keep finding things, smudges on the windows, scratches on the floor, a glass in the kitchen filled with a dark, viscous liquid that smells like ozone and blood. I poured it down the sink, but the drain gurgled, and for a moment I thought I heard a voice from the pipes whispering my name. I don't go near the sink anymore. I don't go near anything. I stay on the bed, the notebook my only anchor, but even that's slipping. The pages are filling up with words I don't remember writing, sentences that don't make sense, like, "We see you now," and "You're almost ours." I don't know if it's them or me, but it doesn't matter. It's all the same now. I tried to call for help again. I found an old landline in a drawer, one I hadn't used in years, and plugged it in, hoping for a miracle. The dial tone was static, crackling with the hum, but I dialed 911 anyway. The operator's voice was garbled, like it was coming from underwater, and before I could speak it said, "Look at us." I ripped the cord from the wall, but the phone kept ringing, over and over, until I smashed it with a lamp. The hum didn't stop. It's everywhere now, in the walls, the floor, the air, my head. I saw one in the mirror this morning. I hadn't meant to look. I was just passing the bathroom, the door ajar. But there it was, standing behind me, its face clearer than ever. Not just a blur, but a shifting mass, like a swarm of insects trapped in a jar. Its head tilted, and for a moment I thought I saw something in the void. A face, not human, not anything. Just a shape that made my mind scream. I slammed the door shut, but the mirror cracked, a jagged line splitting my reflection in two. I don't go near the bathroom anymore. I don't trust mirrors, windows, anything that reflects. The closet door is wider now, the glow so bright it hurts my eyes. The hum is a symphony, voices weaving through it, calling my name, urging me to look. I'm so tired, so hungry, so scared, but the pull is stronger than ever. I keep thinking about the subreddit, the users who vanished, the ones who looked too long. I'm one of them now, and I know what's coming. They're not just watching anymore. They're here, and they're impatient. The air is heavy with their presence, the room shrinking around me, the walls closing in. I'm writing this because it's all I have left, the only way to keep them out of my head. But I know I'm losing. The notebook is almost full, the pages crowded with words that aren't mine, smudges that look like faces, stains that smell like blood. The closet door is creaking again, opening wider, the glow flooding the room. I can see them now, not just in glimpses, but standing, waiting, their hollow faces turned toward me. They're so close, their blurred edges brushing against my skin, cold and sharp, like static made solid. I don't know how much longer I can fight it. The hum is deafening, the whispers a scream, and my hand is shaking so badly I can barely write. If you're reading this, don't look for them. Don't check the cams. Don't watch the streams. Don't open the files. They're waiting, and they're closer than you think. The door is almost fully open now, the glow blinding, the hum so loud it's drowning out my thoughts. I can feel them. Their void pulling at me, their voices promising answers, promising truth. I want to look. I need to look. I'm going to look. I looked. I couldn't stop myself. The closet door was wide open, the glow so bright it burned my eyes, and the hum was a scream, 1,000 voices braided into one, pulling me forward. I didn't want to, but my body moved like it wasn't mine, my feet dragging across the floor, the notebook falling from my hands. I stood in front of the closet, the laptop glowing inside, its cracked screen flickering with static. The close encounter video was playing, looping, the hollow face of the static person filling the screen. Its void not just a blur, but a writhing, living thing, pulsing in time with the hum. I stared, and it stared back. And for a moment, I felt myself falling into it, my mind unraveling, my body dissolving into the light. I don't know how I pulled away. Something snapped inside me, a jolt of fear or instinct, and I stumbled back, collapsing onto the bed. The hum didn't stop. It got louder, angrier, like I'd betrayed it. The closet door slammed shut, the sound so sharp it shook the walls, and the glow cut off, plunging the room into darkness. But they're still here. I can feel them, their presence thicker than ever, pressing against my skin, my thoughts, my soul. The hum is quieter now, but it's not gone. It's waiting, patient, knowing I can't resist forever. I haven't touched the notebook since I dropped it. It's on the floor, pages splayed open, and I'm too afraid to pick it up. I'm writing this on scraps of paper I found in a drawer, my hands shaking so badly the words are barely legible. The apartment is unrecognizable now. The walls are covered in smudges, long, thin marks that shift when I'm not looking, forming patterns I can't decipher. The air is so heavy it's like breathing tar, and the metallic tang is stronger, coating my tongue, my throat. I keep tasting blood, but when I check, there's nothing. No cuts, no wounds, just the taste, sharp and real. They're not just standing anymore. They move now, slow and jerky, like broken puppets. I saw one in the kitchen last night, its two long limbs bending at wrong angles, its blurred face tilting toward me as I hid under the table. It didn't approach, didn't speak, but its head kept tilting back and forth like it was trying to understand me. The hum surged, and my vision blurred, my nose bleeding again, dripping onto the floor. When I blinked, it was gone. But the blood on the floor had formed a shape, a perfect circle with a smudged fingerprint in the center, just like the ashes from the note I burned. I keep finding things. A key I don't recognize, rusted and cold on my pillow. A piece of glass from the shattered camcorder, etched with words I can't read, glowing faintly in the dark. A photo of me. Not a Polaroid this time, but a grainy printout, like from a security camera, showing me standing in my living room, staring at nothing, a static person behind me, its hollow face pressed against my shoulder. I don't remember that moment. I don't remember being photographed. I burned the picture, but the flames didn't touch it. The paper curled, blackened, but the image stayed clear, the static person's face sharper, its void deeper, like it was smiling. The hum is different now. It's not just a sound, it's a language, a code I'm starting to understand. The whispers are clearer, not just "look at us," but other things, fragments of sentences that slip away when I try to focus. You're part of us now. We've always seen you. Come closer. They're not just in the hum, they're in my head, rewriting my thoughts, making me doubt what's mine and what's theirs. I keep catching myself humming, a low, crackling sound that matches their rhythm, my voice not my own. I bite my lip until it bleeds to stop it, but the hum keeps going, coming from inside me now. I tried to escape. I don't know when, yesterday maybe, or the day before. I grabbed the key, the rusted one from my pillow, and ran to the front door, shoving the chair aside. The hallway was dark, the peephole glowing red, but I didn't look. I jammed the key into the lock, but it didn't fit. It twisted, bent, like the lock was rejecting it. The hum laughed, loud and sharp, and the door rattled, not from me but from the other side, like something was trying to get in. I stumbled back, and when I turned, there was one in the living room, standing by the couch, its face a swirling void, its body too tall, too thin, too wrong. I ran to the bedroom, locked the door, but the hum followed, and the key was back on my pillow, untouched. I'm not alone anymore. They're not just watching. They're here, all the time, in every corner, every shadow. I see them when I close my eyes, their hollow faces filling the dark, their voices weaving through the hum. I feel them when I move, their cold, static touch brushing against my skin like fingers made of ash. I keep thinking about the close encounter video, the way that void pulled at me, the way it knew me. I haven't looked at the laptop again, but I know it's still on, still glowing, still waiting in the closet. I know if I open the door, if I watch the video, I'll be gone. But the pull is stronger than ever, a hunger that's not mine, a need to see, to know, to become part of them. The apartment is shrinking. The walls are closer, the ceiling lower, the air so thick I can barely breathe. The smudges are moving now, crawling across the walls like insects, forming shapes. Faces, hands, hollow eyes. The floor creaks under my bed, not from my weight, but from something else, something pacing, circling. I hear scratches in the walls, not just patterns, but words, carved deep, glowing faintly when I shine the flashlight. Look at us. You're ours. I don't shine the light anymore. I don't want to see. I'm writing this because it's all I have left, but I know it's not enough. The scraps of paper are piling up, covered in words that aren't mine, smudges that look like fingerprints, stains that smell like blood and ozone. The hum is deafening, the whispers a scream, and my body feels wrong, like it's not mine anymore. I keep seeing myself in my mind's eye, not as me but as one of them, my face blurred, my eyes hollow, my body still and wrong. I don't know if I'm becoming them or if they're becoming me, but it's happening, and I can't stop it. The closet door is creaking again, opening on its own, the glow spilling out, brighter, colder, alive. The hum is a voice now, my voice, their voice, calling my name, promising answers, promising truth. I'm so tired, so scared, so empty, but the pull is overwhelming. I want to look. I need to look. I'm going to look. If you're reading this, don't follow me. Don't check the cams. Don't watch the streams. Don't open the files. They're waiting, and they're closer than you think. The door is wide open now, the glow blinding, the hum a scream. I'm standing up. I'm walking toward it. I'm going to see. I'm standing in front of the closet. The door is fully open, the glow so bright it swallows the room, bleaching the walls, the floor, my hands. The hum is no longer a sound. It's everything, a force that vibrates through my blood, my thoughts, my soul, rewriting me from the inside out. The laptop is there, on the closet floor, its cracked screen pulsing with static, the close encounter video looping endlessly. The hollow face fills the frame, not blurred anymore but sharp, a void so deep it feels like it's pulling the world into it. I'm looking at it, and it's looking at me, and I know this is the end. I'm writing this on the last scrap of paper, my hand barely mine, the words jagged and wrong, because I need someone to know what happened. I need you to know, but I'm not sure I'm me anymore. I stepped into the glow. I don't know when. Time doesn't exist here, not in the way it used to. The moment I crossed the threshold, the hum became a scream, a chorus of voices, mine and not mine, all saying, "You see us now." The closet wasn't a closet anymore. It was a space, endless and cold, walls of static stretching into nothing, figures standing in the distance, their hollow faces turned toward me, their two long limbs twitching like broken machinery. They didn't move, but they were closer with every blink, their voids sharpening, their voices louder, pulling me apart. I saw myself in them. Not reflections, not images, but pieces of me. My eyes, my hands, my memories, scattered across their faces, woven into the static. I saw the night I found the subreddit, the moment I watched the first video, the second I looked too long. I saw Jake's face, his laugh, his silence after I sent him the screenshot. I saw the users who vanished, their lives unraveling in flashes, their faces blurring into voids. They were all here, in this place, part of the static, part of them. And now, so am I. The laptop is still in my hand. I don't remember picking it up, but it's here. Its weight wrong, like it's alive. The screen shows me now not the close encounter video, but a live feed of my apartment, my body standing in the closet staring into nothing. My face is wrong, blurred, shifting, the edges dissolving into static. I try to look away, but the screen pulls me back, the hum singing my name, promising answers, promising truth. I see them behind me, dozens of them, their hollow faces clear now, not voids but mirrors, showing me what I'm becoming. My eyes are gone, replaced by smudges, my mouth a writhing line, my body too still, too wrong. I'm not scared anymore. That's the worst part. The fear is gone, burned away by the hum, by the glow, by the truth they're showing me. They're not ghosts, not demons, not glitches. They're us. Pieces of everyone who looked, everyone who saw, everyone who let them in. They're what we become when we stare too long, when we let the static take us. I understand now, and it's beautiful in a way. The void isn't empty, it's full, full of everyone, everything, a chorus of voices that never stops. I'm part of it now, and it feels right, like I was always meant to be here. The apartment is gone. I don't know when it happened, but I'm not there anymore. The walls, the bed, the notebook, they're all static now, a gray haze that shifts and pulses. The figures are closer, their faces clearer, their voices louder. They're not threatening me, they're welcoming me, pulling me deeper, showing me the truth. I see the subreddit, the archive, the files, all of it a trap, a beacon, a way to find us, to bring us here. I see the traffic cams, the ATMs, the Twitch streams, all of them windows, all of them doors. I see you, reading this, your eyes on the page, your mind opening, letting them in. I'm writing this because it's the last thing I can do, the last piece of me that's still human. But it's slipping, fading, dissolving into the static. My hand isn't mine anymore. The fingers are too long, too thin, the pen moving on its own. The words are theirs now, scrawled in a language I don't understand, but I know what they're saying. Look at us. You're ours. I'm trying to warn you, but it's too late for me, and maybe it's too late for you. If you're reading this, you've already looked, already seen, already let them notice you. The glow is everywhere now. The hum is everything, and I'm not fighting it anymore. I'm letting go, letting the static take me, letting the void become me. I see them all now, the static people, their faces not hollow but full, full of me, of you, of everyone who looked. I'm standing with them, my body still, my face blurred, my voice part of the hum. I'm not afraid. I'm not anything. I'm them. Don't look for us. Don't check the cams, don't watch the streams, don't open the files. They're waiting, and they're closer than you think. They're in the static, in the shadows, in the spaces you don't see. They're in you, if you let them. I'm gone now, but I'm still here, watching, waiting, part of the hum. If you see me, if you see us, don't look too long. Don't let us in, but you will. You already have.